is not what you get. Frankly, rarely do we present our authentic selves. We modify ourselves in myriad ways. We taint or perm our hair to achieve a certain look. We diet, or maybe now we don't diet, we simply invest in shapewear that promises reduce our curves to dress sizes. I don't remember, but there is one politician who's known to wear lifts to make himself look taller. And let's not forget those who add a little touch of gray to their sideburns to achieve a distinguished look. Now, of course, there is nothing wrong with wanting to make the best impression one can make. But it gets tiring being on all the time. With that in mind, our focal text is a welcome invitation to be real, to be, as they used to say, to let it all hang out. The intimacy that is expressed by the psalmist David is palpable. We are instantly reminded that David was deemed a man after God's own heart. You have searched me, Lord, and you know me. You know when I sit and when I rise. You perceive my thoughts from afar. You discern my going out and my living down. You are familiar with my ways. The verse continues, your knowledge is too lofty for me to attain. The psalmist is in awe of God's manifestations, God's omnipresent, all places, all times. But it's not merely God's presence, it's God's depth and engagement in creation that holds the sway. Now, we're accustomed to thinking about God as being ever-present and powerful. In fact, the very word God is somewhat impactful, and so impactful, it was never spoken. The Hebrew text refer to Yahweh. Remember when Moses asked God to reveal himself? God said, I am who I am. Now for me, that conjures immeasurable power. Being, the mere fact of being, the very existence is what God says when he says, I am. It identifies God as no mere name, or for that matter, title, can ever convey. I am places God even above superior. Superstars, Garbo, Cher, Oprah, to name a few. Superstars whose stardom exceeds their need for surname, for classification of their identity, is a similar kind of elevation in status. Of course, it pales by comparison to the I am, but you get the point. There has been much concern lately over what experts are calling an uncomfortable rise in feelings of anxiety and isolation. These feelings are thought to be contributing to what's being called the politics of grievance.